You're listening to The Building Code. I'm Tom Houghton.
I'm Paul Worth.
And joining us on this episode of The Building Code is Steve Peters. Steve is the Vice President of Sales at Rocket Loans, our newest Buildertrend partner. Welcome to The Building Code, Steve.
Hey, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Very happy to have you on here, Steve. I think one of the first questions people might have is, who and what is Rocket Loans?
A quick intro of Rocket Loans. Well, we're the sister company of Rocket Mortgage. We've been in business, on the personal loan side for about 3 years, going on 4 years. Now, being in the contractor network over the last 6 months, we're looking to get the wheels up on this side of the business as well.
That's great.
You're specifically targeting now contractors, construction industry.
Correct. Yep. We're focused on home improvement contractors that do that type of business. Your window, siding, roofing, HVAC, home remodelers, bathroom, kitchen. So we're focused on those type of business types, and looking to build our network out.
I think we have some of those.
With partners like you.
Yeah,
Tom, I think we have some of those.
I think we know a few people.
This could be very fruitful.
Yeah. That's good.
True. You know a few.
Yeah.
Just a couple.
Just a few.
Great. Let me just fire some questions at you that I think the audience might want to hear. So, from your opinion, tell us a little bit about the evolution of financing in the world of construction. What does that look like today?
Well, I mean, if you go back and look at the years of financing way back in the day, you're talking, local banks. You're talking about cash, HELOCs. And when you talk about banks, most of the time you talk about a lot of paperwork, a lot of guidelines. And we've kind of taken the same footprint of working with almost the opposite effect of that is a paperless platform on the personal loan side to make it simple and easy for both contractors and clients. So if you look at it, when you talk about a lot of logistics with banks, paperwork and stuff like that, it's similar to the contractor network of, there's a lot of pen and paper. And we're trying to streamline the process to make it easier for contractors to be able to offer financing to clients and clients to be able to close on financing. And I think we've kind of done a pretty good job of kind of mastering this product right here.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities to Buildertrend there, where we talk a lot about trying to get our clients off pen and paper and streamlining communication and the whole construction process. So it seems like a good fit in that way. Yeah,
I mean, it's basically, instead of pen and paper, you're using your device, if it's an iPad or a Droid or an iPhone. And, it's a simple process. We're trying to make it simple because you make it complicated, then people kind of stray away from that. So we're trying to keep it simple and easy.
That's good. All right, Steve, can you tell us a little bit more about how Rocket Loans has changed the way financing is offered as part of the construction process?
Yeah, that's a good question. You're going to hear a common theme in things that we talk about here. A lot of the things that we've done, we've made it a paperless application. There's no sending in pay stubs or W-2s or anything like that. It's a personal loan, so there's literally zero documentation needed. It's basically the contractor starts the app with a name, phone number, and email address, pushes it to the client, and the client completes the application in about 2 to 3 minutes. However, they see offers within a minute. So it's a very fast process. One of the things that we do here as well is, we've taken the same philosophy from Rocket Mortgage, and we've tagged along with Rocket Loans as client service. This is kind of a twofold client service, though, with the contractors and clients. We're in the business of making them both happy. So the easy part is getting contractors, once they're comfortable with the app, for having them to continue using the app. The difficult part, though, is having them go through it for the first time, because it's not usually in their wheelhouse. They're expert of their trade, and using technology can be sometimes a little scary at times. So we try to make it the process simple and easy for our contractors to be able to use and pass along to the clients, so they both have a great client experience.
Yeah, that's a great point. So we see a lot of that same friction when we sign people up for Buildertrend. Is we're trying to explain to them the value of what we do by utilizing software. And yes, you're going to spend some time up front learning it, but then you're going to get this X result. So what's your value prop? So why would it be important from your point of view for contractors to have financing options available for their clients?
Well, you look at it, there's a flexibility. A lot of clients have big expectations for their home, and maybe don't have the resources to be able to do their dream. Also, too, you look at it, when you go buy a car, this is a pretty good analogy. When you go to a car dealership, they usually offer you financing. Rarely do you see somebody coming in with cash. So this offers the client the expectation to be able to meet their goals. They can take a vision of having maybe two or three projects down the road that could take them 2 or 3 years to save up the money, and they can knock them out in 6 to 8 weeks. So, offering that financing, the flexibility, the ease of process, the client service, it puts the stress of financing in the back seat and puts the focus more on the project and the home improvement. So we look at that as being a win scenario for the client. And a win scenario for the contractor. So across the board, it's a win-win. The contractor wins, the client wins, and that's the big slice of the pie right there.
That absolutely makes sense to me. So why aren't contractors doing that today?
You look at they're expert of their trade, and their big thing is they want to stick to what they're comfortable with. Mm-hmm. And when you talk about adding financing to the repertoire or a sales process, it can be rather intimidating. So we try to make it simple. We try to make the sales process simple. We try to make the application simple. We try to make everything so simple, and we want contractors to feel comfortable using it. And that's the big thing. One of the great things that we have here, though, is we're not just looking for, we have all the answers. We want contractors and clients who use the application and use the product to give us feedback so that we can improve it. We look at this is probably something that's going to morph into something quicker, better, faster, smarter, but it'll only be with the feedback that we get from our contractors and our clients that use it. So that's a big thing. The vision of this is, it's just beginning, and we're going to make it even better down the road.
That's pretty awesome. And speaking of that trust factor with the Rocket name and all the great work you guys have done with Rocket Mortgage and Quicken, that feels like that's immediate, right? With that name.
I agree. Yeah. It's totally recognizable. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's talk about maybe some success stories that you've heard from contractors who have made the decision to bring financing into their sales process. Do you have anything that you could share with us?
Yeah, we have that's a really good question, and we have a lot of success stories. A lot of the contractors, again, going back to saying when you talk about technology, it can be complicated and be overwhelming. A lot of the contractors that we've talked to that's it. They expect more. They expect it to be more complicated. And when we go through the onboarding process and the training, and the contractor can get everything done in less than 15 minutes, how simple is that? So we've had a lot of success stories, and one that sticks out to me is we had a local Michigan company here, Killer Decks, was able to pick up a job. They weren't offering financing at the time. They find out about Rocket Loans, and with our account manager here, Travis, he did a great job of acquiring that contractor and working with the client to be able to offer that opportunity to Killer Decks, and then they earned a client. And that's the big thing here is, the contractors out there, they use this as a tool in their tool belt, and this helps them gain more opportunity to grow their business. They earn clients. You walk into a house and, clients are thinking about home improvements, and having options for the client to be able to use financing instead of cash and in a simple process, again, takes the stress away from the financing part and puts the focus more on the project. So that was a success story, able to, for contractors to be able to grow their business. Also, too, the big theme that we have here is contractors don't have to chase money. That's one of the pain points of a contractor is, constantly having to follow up with the client to get money. We've kind of taken that and built it in our process. The funds don't go into the client's hands. A couple pushes through notifications to the contractor to the client back to us. I mean, in most instances, we're able to get cash into the contractor's hands within 24 hours. So that saves them a lot of time. And when you hear stories of, 7 to 10 days waiting on money and sometimes checks to clear or checks bouncing, I mean, it doesn't get better when it's less than 24 hours and it's in your bank account and it's live.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I mean, 2 value props there that I got were, being able to differentiate yourself in the home than the other contractors they talk to. And we talk about that as well. We can draw a lot of similarities in our value prop of Buildertrend and Rocket Loans because, using Buildertrend alone is, 1 in 10 contractors out there, amazingly enough. So that's a differentiator. And the same thing is if you can come in there and offer financing, you look more professional, you look like you know what you're doing. And the whole getting cash faster, that's good, right, Tom?
That's a win-win-win right there.
Triple win.
Triple win. Yeah.
Cash is good.
Cash is good. And also that name, Killer Decks, is pretty. Killer. That's pretty incredible.
It's pretty killer.
Yeah. So that's good.
True story.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So obviously you guys have done a great job advancing your industry, making things more simple and the accessibility, getting things out faster. As technology continues to change for both the construction and the finance industries, what do you think we can expect to see more from in the future?
You know, the words that pop in my head is smarter, faster, in a client service. I mean, the goal here, like I said before, is this is the starting product. It'll probably evolve and morph into something even bigger and better. But right now, being able to get a contractor to put in some minimal information and pass it on to the client, and the client to see offers under a minute and close up in probably less than 5 minutes in most cases, it is very, very easy for the client and the contractor. So to make that even quicker and easier is our main goal, and receiving the feedback from our users and implementing the feedback, coupled with the client service. Something that we've had for in our history of family of companies is a big focus, and that's not going anywhere. So knowing that they always have a voice, there's always somebody on the other end of the phone to speak to, puts a calm in the contractor's back pocket along with the client. So we're going to make it bigger. We're going to make it faster. We're going to make it smarter, and we're going to even earn more opportunities for contractors and clients.
This all sounds amazing.
It does. It also sounds like a really good fit, like with what we
Right.
How Buildertrend operates too. We want to provide that great customer service. You talked about that a little bit. Again, making things better and faster and simpler too. I mean,
don't forget about bigger
and bigger,
stronger, faster.
Let's throw in a few more adjectives there.
There's a Daft Punk song there. I'm not going to go there. That sounds great. So this honestly has been really, really informative. I'm going to throw you a harder question though. Okay, we've had softballs up till here. I don't know exactly because I don't know this world, nor from here on out will I ever look at competition. But let's say there's competition out there for you guys. What sets you, the Rocket Loans contractor financing program, above everybody else, or what's the differentiator there?
That's a great question. Well, first off, I'll go back to technology, our product selection, our application process. I mean, if you're talking from start to finish, from a contractor touching the app to the client closing, in most cases it'll be less than 5 minutes. That's almost unheard of in this industry. Second of all, to have a client see offers in less than a minute, that's probably not even out there. I'll talk about the brand name that we bring to the table. Locally, we see a lot of opportunity, but even across the U.S., we see a lot of recognition from our brand. Competitive merchant fees, that's one of the pain points. Is there's costs associated with doing financing, and look, we've upped the scale to make it a very competitive program that we offer to clients, our technology as well as our pricing. So, but I won't steer away from the client service. I do believe that's a lost art in the customer service industry in this platform. I look at it as this is one of our focuses here, is to make sure that it's every client, every time, no exceptions, no excuses.
Yeah, I can really attest to that because I actually had the opportunity to go to Detroit. Shout out Detroit. Amazing city these days, by the way. If you haven't been, all listeners should go there. Stay downtown. But I went to the Rocket Loans office, met a ton of your team. Super nice. Yep. Again, the culture is very similar to ours here at Buildertrend. For all those people who's listening who's been to BTU. Great company, great culture, great customer service. So that one,
well,
check.
Thank you for the compliments, and I believe that's why we're going to make a great partnership here, is because we have a lot of the same characteristics when you talk about client service, the culture, which the culture is the people, and the people behind the phones and the technology are the ones that build this opportunity for our contractors and clients to be able to use the process simple and easy. But it also goes with reputation. We have a great reputation on the financing side, and it's something that we look to enhance that, even working with our partners like Buildertrend.
That's awesome. I think the work that you're doing for the industry, it's just going to elevate, the whole industry across the board, especially because, like you said, being able to get an offer back in like a minute. I mean, that's incredible to know instantly on the spot there.
It's fast, like a rocket.
That's one of the perks of working with us is it is a fast technology, and that's the goal. But it's also we're protecting the client, we're protecting the contractor as well. We want to make sure that it's as you said, a win-win-win across the board, so that we got the contractor, the client, and everybody's happy when they walk away. And that's our goal. Is that we've got a lot of you don't get a brand name for over 30 years with Rocket. Not based off a strong reputation in client service and culture. So we're gonna take it to the next level inside of this marketplace, and we're super excited to work with you.
That's great. So Steve and his team at Rocket Loans and Tom, you said this, are part of our pro services. This is a wing of Buildertrend that is literally there just for our clients to add value outside of our functionality to their business. This one checks all boxes. It's amazing. We're super excited to launch it here. Where do we send people for more information? Obviously, show notes.
Yeah, you'll head to buildertrend.com/podcast to find out more information. Did you guys have anything else you wanted to add?
Yeah, there is one thing I just want to point out about some of the pain points we hear from contractors, and it's funny, chasing money is a big opportunity. Technology, they're the expert in their field, and they don't want to become financing experts, but they find when they use this tool, it's a surprise that it's so easy. But one of the biggest things here is technology from the client side too. Is that in this marketplace, there's when we hear that it takes 2 to 3 days for clients to get approvals, and we're able to do it within minutes, that's mind blowing. And then I don't know if you guys we're technology based companies, and fax machines are kind of a bad word, and that there's still companies and financing companies and institutions out there using fax machines to be able to get somebody approved. Look, the goal is to make this stress free, simple, and easy, so they can focus on the real project at hand, which is making the home of their dreams. So there's a lot of things on the contractor and client side that we're focused on, and I do believe that's what sets us apart from everybody else out in this marketplace.
That's awesome. Down with the fax machines. That's good. Down with the fax machines, up with the rockets.
That was really good, Tom.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks for that, Paul.
All right.
All right. Steve, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast today. If you want to learn more about what Rocket Loans and Buildertrend is up to, please go to the show notes page at buildertrend.com/podcast. There you'll find links with more information about Rocket Loans and this awesome program that they're setting up, along with our pro services there. Yeah,
you can always reach out to your Buildertrend coach, and they can lead you in the right direction as well. We're super excited to kick this partnership off, and we all feel really good about it.
Well, we appreciate the opportunity, we appreciate the invitation, and we look forward to a strong partnership here over the coming years. So thank you very much, and have a great day.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Love what you heard? Don't forget to rate and subscribe to our podcast so you can hear from more guests that will benefit your business. Also, please check out our show notes page for more information on what we discussed on this episode. You can find it at buildertrend.com/podcast. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on The Building Code.
Appreciate you.